Continuing from our part 1 interview video, we still have Kanan on our channel today. We're going to be asking him about Cobra Kai and his book, The Way of the Cobra. So let's get started with today's video. You did martial arts before, and then you had to do stunts, and those two must be very different. I remember taking one stunt lesson, and it was so difficult to think about the camera angles and it wasn't it hard to make the transition into doing stunts?
Well, there's a lot to learn when you're on a film set, and I didn't really. There's things that you have to learn that you don't learn in an acting class. Acting class will teach you to a certain extent how to act, but being on an actual film set, first of all, there's an entirely different vocabulary that you'll hear people using, references to different lights, to different shots, to all sorts of stuff. So you're constantly hearing things that you don't know what they mean. You don't really understand camera lenses and finding your light and things like. And I just had to learn it on the fly. I mean, that was difficult. Now imagine doing that while having to do fight scenes. And memorizing all of this choreography, and you have to memorize it perfectly, because if not, somebody gets hurt. And so it was very serious. I mean, there was a lot of responsibility for everybody. We trained extensively, not only in martial arts, but also specifically learning the necessary choreography for the fight scenes. I think I probably had like four or five fight scenes at least. So you're learning, and the most important thing is to make sure that Ralph doesn't get hurt. Ralph's the star of the movie. I mean, it's okay if anyone else gets hurt. Ralph can get hurt when the movie starts. So, but there is no better on-the-job training than doing a big movie for several months. I mean, you absolutely learn an invaluable and tremendous amount of information, so that when you go to do your next movie, you're 100% better. I did this film when I was a very, 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 very new actor. I watch the film now, and there's so many things I wish I had done different. But that's where I was at that point in my life, and it's interesting now as an actor that's worked for over 35 years in the business to look back on it. So I look back on it with a certain level of fondness and a certain level of
Have you watched the Cobra Kai series too on that?
Oh yeah, I love it.
Oh yeah. I mean, maybe who was your favorite character? Who was your the best character?
That's a tough one. I really like Johnny. I like Johnny.
Oh, okay.
I do. I like Ralph's character too, though. I like how they, he is a very human guy in this. He's got flaws and faults, and deals with challenges and real things that people deal with. And I think it's humanized his character a lot, and I think it's terrific. I really do. I love it.
From a Japanese cultural aspect, it was just refreshing. So refreshing to see the teacher having the emotions within himself, because usually the senseis in our culture is regarded as somebody that's perfect, and you see the all the stories happening within the student. That's how the story would usually progress in Japanese movies. But it was actually Johnny and Daniel going through the huge changes.
Well, I think perfection is a myth, but I think that in the pursuit of perfection, you might just catch excellence. And I think that maybe the senseis are aspirational in the sense that they give the students something to strive for, but I also think that in occasionally showing the students that they also have their challenges and struggles,
I agree.
Again, it humanizes them, and it allows the students to realize that the path to success is very often, almost always, fraught with setbacks. I don't use the word failure because I think if you're learning from it, it's not a failure. But
I see.
A lot of times you go, 2 steps forward, 1 step back, and I think it's important to experience setbacks on the road to success, not only so you appreciate it, but you learn how to problem solve. If you have a straight vertical ascension towards success with no obstacles or challenges, that's great that you achieve the success, but keeping it's going to be very difficult, because invariably, life will throw you curveballs. Mike Tyson has a great saying. He says, everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the mouth, and life will punch you in the mouth. And Demura Sensei used to always say, get knocked down 7 times, get up 8. I think that's life.
That's a very Japanese phrase.
Is it?
Right. It's senbato. It's a Japanese saying. And the numbers are exactly the same.
Okay.
Right. That's funny. Well, I mean, the fact that watching Cobra Kai as basically the host of a YouTube channel, sometimes I feel a little bit pressured that I have to stay perfect, like as somebody that's making tutorials. But watching that made me realize that it is okay to show that I am striving, that I'm still continuing and learning. So
absolutely,
it has been a very positive move. I mean, a drama series as well for me. And I like to now move on to your book, Way of the Cobra.
Sure.
What made you
want
to? Oh yes, thank you so much. What made you want to write about this book? First of all, what motivated you to do this?
I've always been interested in bettering myself, in learning how to better motivate myself, to inspire other people. And I've had a lot of challenges and obstacles in my life that I've had to overcome. And I found myself in a place a couple years ago where I had some pretty good success, and I had some very big failures. And I was looking in the mirror, and I was thinking to myself, what's next? What am I going to do now? I was 50 years old. I was overweight. I had no prospects for work. I had started to become lazy and unmotivated, and I realized that I needed to start doing something very differently, very quickly, or it was not going to get better. And so I decided that rather than wait for my ship to come in, I was going to build the damn ship. I just had to figure out how I was going to do it. And I started doing some things very differently, and very quickly I started having some positive results. And so in the course of 1 year, I wrote an Amazon new release bestseller, which was my second book, Success Factor X. I lost 35 pounds. I created a television series which has gone on to win an Emmy. And I don't say all of this to impress people, but rather to impress upon them what is possible when you obtain clarity, when you really define, what your success looks like. When I say your success, you and I probably have some common denominators about what we need in our lives to feel successful. We need, to be respected by other people. We need to have love. We need to have a sense of connection to love what we do. But there's going to be certain things that I need in my life that you don't need. And there's certain things that are important to you that you need that I don't need. So everybody has an individual idea of what their success is. And so it's very important that you define clearly what your life needs to look like for you to be successful. It's like if you're going on a journey and success is the destination, you're not going to get in a car and simply not know where you're going. You'll never get there. So once I got clear on what it was that I wanted to accomplish, I needed to get in touch with my why. And your why is that motivating factor within you that gets you out of bed at 5 a.m, full of passion, ready to take the day on. It's what gets you up off the ground after you've had your ass kicked. It's what pushes you in the gym or whatever your pursuit is to do more than you think you can do. And so for me, My why is very simple. I look down at my wedding ring. It's my commitment to my wife. It's the love that I have for her and our relationship. And I never want to see a look of disappointment in her face that says that I'm not living up to my potential. And my other why is that I truly love to inspire people. I love to help people become the best version of themselves. And so once I got in touch with that, now I had the ammunition that I needed to start pursuing making changes in my life. I did some other things that had a huge impact. We've all heard the saying carpe diem, which is Latin for seize the day. Well, I've coined a phrase carpe mane, which means seize the morning. And if you can get up early in the morning, earlier than anyone else, and you can start the day in gratitude, for me, I get on my knees, I pray, I thank God for all that I've been given. And when you do that, it's not a discussion about theology or religion, but when you're in gratitude, you're living in the present. You're not worrying about what the future holds because that's out of our hands. And you're not dwelling on what happened in the past. You're in the moment. And then if you can meditate a little bit, and, silence that monkey chatter that's in our head, that the bombastic thoughts that bombard us constantly, and shut that out. And if you can visualize what you want to do for the day, where you're going for the week, your goals. Do a little journaling. I don't do it all the time, but write your thoughts out. And sometimes when I write, it's early, I don't want to write, I want more coffee, this sucks, I hate this, blah 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 blah. And the point is, you get all that crap out of your head, throw it away. And the other thing is reading. Reading is the great equalizer. And by that I mean, it doesn't matter whether you're rich or you're poor, you're old or you're young, or even if you're in jail. Everybody has the ability to learn the thoughts of great men and women, to travel to places that you might otherwise not have the ability to travel to, and expand your repertoire of what it is that you know. And so I'm a huge proponent of reading. And even if you just read a little bit every single day over the course of a year, you'll have read thousands of pages and acquired all new information and skills. And so, I started doing some things differently, and I started having some really wonderful results, and I wanted to share them. And I wrote the book as a way of acting, I guess, as a bit of a Sherpa, a bit of a guide, to not towards pulling people to the top of the mountain, because you have to get yourself to the top of the mountain, but hopefully by pointing out some pitfalls and maybe some paths that might help you circumvent some of the obstacles and potential dangers that everybody faces as we all work towards being successful.
I see. Yeah, it was just amazing to not only learn about about your thoughts as well, but also the fact that you mentioned, I think it was later in the book, you said, please share this with somebody that's important to you. Like that sharing mentality, I think, you obviously have it. That's why you've written the book. And you are not only thinking about the person that has, been reading the book, but also about their surrounding environment as well. And like you mentioned, I think you need the connection around that person for you to do well. I mean, we can't live alone, right? So
no, I think we're all part of this great big tapestry that makes up the world. It's kind of like in Star Wars, the Force, and I'm a firm believer that when we do good things and we put good energy out into the world, it comes back to us and it makes the world a better place. And it might not come back to you directly in the form of fancy cars and money and things like that, but you get benefits and you get wonderful surprises. And especially I find one of the best ways to achieve success is by helping other people achieve their success, and doing it with no expectation of anything to come to me, simply because it's the right thing to do, and the world opens up to you.
Right. So thank you so much, Sean, for being on this channel today. I think, please, I hope you have a great time at your new projects in the future, and in your new place as well.
It's been an honor talking to you. I hope someday I'll have the opportunity to say hello to you and
I love that.
shake your hand if I come to Japan. And hopefully if you find yourself in California, I would love to meet you.
Yes.
And
thank you so much.
Thank you. And for everybody who would like to check out my book, please go to wayofthecobra.com. Right. And you can order the book, or the ebook is going to be coming out March 1st. So please check it out. And I want to wish you much continued success. I had a wonderful time
talking. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you so much. I'll leave the link in the description below so everybody can check it out.
Excellent. Thank you. Take care of yourself, my friend.
Sean, thank you so much.
Okay, take care. Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye. Make sure you check out my Cobra Kai reaction videos and my Karate Kid videos, and also the interview with Daryl Vidal. If you'd like to restart with your karate or get started with karate for the first time, even in this pandemic, then please check out my online group lesson or private lesson by clicking on this link right here. I'll see you guys in the next video.